middle of menopause and you're wondering if what you put in your mouth matters. Well, I'm here to tell you that it absolutely does. Well, there's so much we have to think about as far as it comes to food. I'm going to get this one big tip out of the way right now. If you are going to have this, then you want to make sure that you have one of these or one of these nearby, because you're going to need them. So when I come back, I'm going to go over some of the foods that are helpful and some of the things that you might want to avoid. But stick around for the very end, because I'm going to give you some tips that you will find very important too. Stick around and I'll be right back. My name is Deb Day, and thanks for coming back to the channel. I'm almost done with menopause. I had some rough years when it came to hot flashes. I still have them, and I still have a few night sweats, but they're not anywhere near what they were, and they're certainly manageable. And what I ate made a difference. As soon as my menopause hit, I really began to understand those women that I would see walking around in the wintertime with their coat wide open, no hat, no scarf. Or women driving down the road in the wintertime with their windows down, right? I totally get it. What I should have thought of was doing this. Now this would have made a difference. So now let's get to the foods we should avoid and the foods we should eat. And as you can appreciate, the foods that are high in your phytoestrogens are the ones that we will probably want to consume. But here is an interesting thing. If you look at traditional Chinese medicine, they have what they call cooling foods that you should eat. And those will include things like bananas, broccoli, apples, spinach, egg, green tea. And those are the things that they consider very helpful. Now, the other thing that is really interesting, and everyone knows that soy would help you, but here is something that you really should remember when it comes to soy. If you were going to introduce soy into your diet, especially if you haven't done so regularly in the past, then you need to make sure the source comes from a whole soy food, such as a soy nut, soy milk, or tofu. Because if you have a nutritional product that has soy ingredients added, then you don't know if they contain unknown bacteria that is in there. So that's one of the risks for doing that. So just my one caution when it comes to introducing soy. So in general, eat healthy. And when you look at the list, and I'm not going to go over all of them here, but I will put a fairly lengthy list in the description below so that you can have them. So we are looking at foods that are whole grains, things that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids like sardines and salmon and anchovies. All right, so we're looking at high fiber foods and chickpeas and garlic and dried fruit, berries, plums, and lots of water. Drink lots of water. Now here's the no list. What you want to do is to avoid anything that is going to make your body acidic. You want your body to be balanced, maybe a little bit more to the alkaline side, but you certainly don't want to live in an acidic environment. So do you know what that means? A lot of your high processed foods, sugars, baked goods, crackers, white bread, white pasta, rice, potatoes, corn. So those are the things that you want to minimize and have some of the other healthier options to put on your dinner plate to make a difference to how many hot flashes you have. Now here's for the tip. There's a couple here that I want to give you. And for tip number 1, research has shown that overall poor health increases hot flashes. Tip number 2, take those vigorous walks to help reduce those hot flashes. And here's an additional tip that I wanted to give you that has nothing to do with hot flashes, but it does have to do with menopause. Research has also shown that if you want to lower those poor moods, then lower your salt intake. A lot of tips here. Again, I'll put the list in the description below. If there is something that really works for you, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what that is, and I know that my viewers would as well. But remember, our goal at the end of the day is to be the healthiest version of ourselves possible and to live one kick-ass life. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.